The trio of advisors saw that light, that I wanted to know more.
Voters in Coconino County will soon decide whether to raise property taxes to fund Coconino Community College.
And Good Earth, Arizona will thin forests in the Northland. One group believes they're a poor choice. Find out why.
And meet a musician who's bringing the sounds of the islands to the mountains of Arizona.
Good evening and welcome to NAZ Today. I'm community anchor Jan Petrie.
And I'm student anchor Elizabeth Ball. Thanks for joining us.
Homeowners and community college students are butting heads throughout Coconino County.
NAZ Today spoke with people on both sides of the issue about whether or not to raise property taxes.
In July, the Coconino Community College District Governing Board attempted to pass a tax override. This 7-year override will increase property taxes by about $2 for every $100,000 of property value. Scott Talboom, the Executive Director of Institutional Advancement at Coconino Community College, explains why this is such a controversial issue.
Property taxes are always a prickly issue, without a doubt, it's always been a difficult area to go. In order to really make up what we would need in order to preserve the core missions, we'd have to double tuition, and the Citizens Review panel just didn't see that as a viable option.
We were given the opportunity to sit down with Rita Schreiner, homeowner and student. She shared with us what this tax override means to her.
My husband and I are homeowners. We are invested in Flagstaff. So this tax will mean a lot to us because in two ways. One, I'm a student at CCC, so that's going to make it affordable for me. And the other reason is I'm going to pay property taxes. I'm happy to do that, and this is going to go towards that. So whatever I can do to keep CCC here, I'd love to do that. So I'm going to, as a student, I'm going to benefit, and as a property owner, I'm going to benefit, and as a citizen of Flagstaff, I'm going to benefit.
For more information on this topic, you can visit Coconino Community College's open house tomorrow from 4:30 to 6:30.
The mission of the U.S. Forest Service is to maintain the health of our nation's forests. Recently, a contract was awarded to Good Earth, Arizona to thin trees in various state forests, but concerns are starting to arise. Little information is known about the company. Some members of the Forest Restoration Initiative are voicing their doubts about this company, which little is known.
Recently, the U.S. Forest Service announced a transfer of the Forest Restoration Initiative thinning contract to Good Earth, Arizona. Dr. Robert Silver, the founder and a board member for the Center for Biological Diversity, has major concerns about giving the contract to Good Earth, Arizona.
And we're anxious and we're hopeful that they might be the business entity that will help us prop up the stool again, but we don't know. They have a scam website, they have no track record. The only thing they have going is this facade that's headed by some sultan in a foreign country, but little else. So we're all anxious to see.
Steve Gatewood, the co-chair for Forest Restoration Initiative, states that he and his organization are happy with the Forest Service's choice. However, he knows some individuals are upset by the decision.
Well, certain members of the stakeholder group have always had concerns about various aspects of any logging, but one of the concerns they've always had is the removal of large trees. And we don't know right now that Good Earth will or won't remove large trees. What we do know is they only remove the trees that the Forest Service designate. The Forest Service is not designating large trees for removal. There is a fairly blanket protection of old growth trees, which are the most important aspects of any landscape. And those trees above just large trees, what we call 16 inches, they're not to be removed in most instances, but there are some exceptions.
Really at a crossroads in terms of our historical management of the forests across northern Arizona, and that if we don't really pull together and have this coalition be successful in terms of trying to treat and restore our forests, we're only going to see more frequent and bigger catastrophic fires. So hopefully, the Forest Service will pull back and listen to us.
The Forest Service is continuing their contract with Good Earth, Arizona. For NAZ Today, I'm reporter Ashley Phyllis.
Agents from the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives raided a ranch in Ash Fork Monday night. Officers received a tip that the self-proclaimed white supremacist, Kirby Kehoe, was living in the home. They believed he had weapons and drugs at the house as well. Kehoe has a history of racketeering and conspiracy. Officers say he is not allowed to own weapons because of his criminal history. Monday night, agents found more than a dozen firearms and at least 1,000 rounds of ammunition in the home. There were also marijuana plants on his property.
Coming up, Flagstaff firefighters are multi-talented, and they have to be to do the job. Find out the challenges they face every day.
Plus, listen to the sweet sounds of a handmade ukulele and the man who makes it sing.
I'm student forecaster Virginia Bemer. Beautiful day outside today, at least for western United States. A lot more going on in the central U.S. Meteorologist Lee Borne will tell you whether or not this high pressure will stick around.
Every day across America, excess food is gathered by a network of good people at local food banks, giving hope to millions of children who struggle with hunger. They've earned their wings, and you can too. Together, we can solve child hunger. Support Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org.
Hi, I'm Terry Markson. As seasons change, so does the inventory at Terry Markson Chevrolet Cadillac. We've got Northern Arizona's biggest selection of always changing certified pre-owned vehicles. All receive a thorough 172-point vehicle inspection, a 12-month, 12,000-mile warranty, and 2 years of free maintenance, including all oil changes. You can count on our certified pre-owns just as you can count on our relaxed, no-pressure environment. Terry Markson Chevrolet Cadillac, real hometown value.
Welcome back. Higher education students are feeling the effects of the government shutdown as research opportunities are being cut back. 3 students from NAU sent an open letter to Congress demanding the shutdown end. One of the students, Anthony Hessel, is frustrated.
And though some of the grants right now are okay, coming into November, some grants will, their money will be halted, and new grants will not be given out.
The letter makes the case that vital research grants, such as the science, technology, engineering, and math, will no longer receive government funding.
Firefighters obviously fight fires, but there's so much more involved in doing the job.
Captain Kevin Wilson fills us in on what goes on behind the scenes in tonight's Job of the Week.
Usually, when those tones go off, somebody's having possibly the worst day of their life.
Captain Kevin Wilson has served the Flagstaff community for over 16 years. His life as a firefighter involves more than just fighting fires, but what else does Wilson's job include?
We're here for 2 days straight, and being at this station, we could run anywhere from 20 to 40 calls in that 48-hour period.
During that time, firefighters also test fire hoses and their PSI levels, train for 2 hours a day, specialize in operating teams, go on regular fire code inspections, and did I mention check every single fire hydrant in the city?
So there's a lot of things that we do besides just run calls.
When a firefighter is called out on the scene, he or she has less than a minute to get all of this gear on. So I'm going to give it a go and see how long it takes me. This goes up. Buckle, 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 buckle somewhere. There's under here? Yeah. Okay. Whew, this is heavy. This is real heavy. Okay.
1 minute,
all right.
1 minute, 30 seconds.
1 minute 30.
Almost. This close.
A Flagstaff firefighter always anticipates the most dangerous of calls, wildfire.
The most important thing is my fire shelter. Into a situation where the fire is coming on top of you and you can't get to a safety zone, then your last resort is to deploy this. This is like a giant little pup tent that I'll unfold. They have handles, put it over me, and I lay flat on the ground.
Wilson enjoys his downtime, still knowing he may receive an emergency call at any time.
Yeah, I mean, if we work holidays like Christmas or Thanksgiving, a lot of times we'll have all our families come to the station and we'll just have a big feast on the holidays. But you know, you don't always get to enjoy that dinner because you know there's still a chance we're going to get called out on an emergency call and we'll have to leave.
You know, being a firefighter is a lot more than just putting out fires and going out on emergency calls. For NAZ Today with videographer Gavin Dunham, I'm Tressa Tedrick.
A Hawaiian native is bringing island traditions to the mountains of Flagstaff. NAZ Today's Amani Payne got to check out Patrick Anoye's unique business.
Meet Patrick Anoye, the owner of Volcano ukuleles here in Flagstaff. The Hawaiian native who has been playing ukulele for more than half a century now got his start by jamming with friends and neighbors on the porch of his family home at the age of 13. He recently moved to Flagstaff to be with his wife Paula, who he met online, while their son Paul helped bring his business from the Big Island down to the mountain town.
It's very exciting that they sold their home. They got here in August. My dad Patrick calls Flagstaff Paradise number 2.
I've made over 50 ukuleles or more, and I'll continue making it here in Flagstaff.
Although they work extremely long hours every day sanding, sculpting, and shaping their high-in-demand instruments, Patrick explains why it still brings him joy.
And I want to make as many people enjoy the ukulele, have fun, and have jam sessions. In Hawaii, we call it kanikapila.
It's just a fun time to get the community together here in Flagstaff.
And over here, I think the interest is much more because I'm not sure, but I'd like to say that I may be the first Native Hawaii instructor, builder that ever came to Flagstaff. I guarantee anyone who takes a lesson from me, in the first lesson they'll play 1 song or 2 songs in 1 lesson.
The father-son duo participates in the Flagstaff program Young Jammers to help spark kids' interest in music, but hope to one day expand their business across Arizona.
I want to make Flagstaff the ukulele center of Arizona if I can. And next year we plan on having all the ukulele festival right here in Flagstaff.
I even got the chance to learn a few tunes from the great himself. For NAZ Today with videographer Will Purnell, I'm Imani Payne.
We've had a lovely fall day, perfect for enjoying your lunch outside. And let me tell you, those days are numbered. Meteorologist Lee Borne has your forecast coming up in weather.
The NIU IceJacks were on fire this past weekend. Find out how they melted the ice.
I bought Pepsi Next.
What's Pepsi Next?
It's the latest cola from Pepsi. It's got real cola taste with 60% less sugar.
Real cola taste, 60% less sugar.
Yeah, I know.
It's unbelievable.
But this is the most impressive thing I've ever experienced in my entire life.
Oh, definitely. Let me get the camera. I've never had anything like it. My parents are gonna.
Yeah, they're gonna be so proud.
Pepsi Next. Drink it to believe it.
Hi, I'm Lee from the Ski House in Flagstaff, Arizona, and I'd like to show you a little bit of our ski store. We've got the newest products for 2013 from Line, Armada, Rossignol, Scott, Marker, Full Tilt, and many others. If you see something on our wall and you want to try it, take part of our demo program. We have hundreds of demo skis you can try before you buy for as low as $45 a day. So come on up to Flagstaff when you're going out to the Arizona Snow Bowl, and you can be as stylish as our model Holly. She's got some of the latest helmets from Borne, Spy, Nomis, and pants from Sessions. Not just stylish, but also technical. Ski House, we got you covered, any budget.
People think I'm trash, but they're wrong. Today I'm just an aluminum can, but one day I could be a stadium.
Tonight's NAZ Today weather is brought to you in part by Terry Markson Chevrolet Cadillac in Flagstaff.
All right, beautiful fall weather out there if you ask me. Here's a look at today's high temperatures across the region. Sedona 68 degrees, Kingman 69, Page 63, Winslow 69, Payson only 68, Phoenix 84 degrees here in Flagstaff 57 degrees. Everybody running right around 5-10 degrees below the average for this time of year, so we'll call it a little bit on the cool side, a little bit cooler than the average high here in Flagstaff, which is 62 degrees. A chilly morning this morning at 22. Huge temperature spreads, very dry atmosphere out there. And when you have a very dry, calm night, you're going to get some very cold temperatures, and that's really what's going on. Okay, let's take a look at what's happening across the nation. Very quiet across the whole western United States, and then we have a pretty good rain event going on all the way from the deep south right up through the Mississippi River Valley, and now moving into the Ohio and Tennessee River Valleys. All this moisture you see here, that's leftover moisture from what was Tropical Storm Octave that was just right off the spur of Baja yesterday. We talked about it. It's now a dying storm in mainland Mexico, but all this moisture getting wrapped up into the main storm track moving through the country. Going to remain very quiet out west and very active across the eastern United States over the next week. 2+. I want to take you out to the Pacific. Look how quiet things are all the way out thousands and thousands of miles into the Pacific. And that's because there's a huge area of high pressure out here. Jet streams way up to our north. And what we call this is an omega high. And the reason it's called an omega high is because the actual jet stream has the shape of the Greek letter omega. And it's called an omega block. It's also called like a blocking ridge of high pressure. These are usually really stationary, and they can make the weather the same for weeks and weeks on end. And that's really what it's going to be here for, it looks like, the next couple weeks. This high pressure is not going anywhere, so no Pacific energy is really going to impact much of the western United States. You're going to see this thing kind of shift inland just a little bit, be right on top of us, and then the main jet stream goes right down in the center of the country, so active across the eastern portion of the state, or of the nation, and very quiet out west. And it looks like all sunshine for us here in the southwest. Currently outside, 49 here in Flagstaff. It's 43 at the Canyon. It's 59 for you right now in Payson. Overnight tonight, clear, 25 degrees. A little bit more breezy out there tonight. We have a very weak cold front pushing through northern Arizona, so the breeze will keep up just a little bit, and so therefore I've upped temperatures just a few degrees from how cold we were last night. Tomorrow looks just like today, 57 degrees, and it's all sunshine for us here. Here's a look at the statewide temperatures. Overnight tonight, 42 in Sedona, 71 for your Wednesday, 66 in Prescott tomorrow, down to almost freezing tonight in Prescott, 63 Winslow, 60 in Tuba City, Payson, 35 tonight, and 66 tomorrow. Okay, here's a look at the extended forecast, and just a few high clouds out there on Thursday. That's the only cloud cover I have in the whole forecast here, and temperatures remain in the mid-upper 50s, right around 60 on Thursday, a little cooler again on Friday, and then we warm up nicely getting into what looks like a gorgeous weekend.
So certainly perfect time to be outside, but we hear there's some high school volleyball sisters that are pretty much doing a great job.
They really are. There's a lot of high school volleyball going on, and I will tell you guys more about it coming up.
I just got a house full of Suddenlink with an all-new home phone service that can actually do tricks, like send voicemail to email.
It's your mother. Call me.
Automatically, and pop caller ID onto my TV, giving new meaning to call screening. Plus, I got E911 to pinpoint our house, and unlimited long distance to flatten our bill. Suddenly, the phone company seems cheesy, because Suddenlink just reinvented home phone and made it look easy.
Be sure to tune in to NAZ Today every Wednesday at 6 and 10 p.m. for the NAZ Today Car Tip of the Week. This week brought to you by Terry Markson Chevrolet Cadillac, located on Highway 66.
For over 20 years and with more than 65,000 success stories, Coconino Community College's commitment to the educational pipeline is vital to your future.
My name is Sheila Hollowhorn.
I study mechanical engineering and train as a U.S. Air Force pilot and officer in the CCC to NAU program, which helps students like me transition from the community college to NAU. Upon completion, I'll be giving back by defending our country, and that's why I support CCC.
With your support, Coconino Community College will remain efficient, effective, and excellent.
With volleyball season winding down, rival teams are starting to meet up once again. In part of rival teams battling it out tonight, the Leffel sisters on the Flagstaff volleyball team are gearing up for their match against Coconino High. NAZ Today's Alex Lucero got a chance to talk with these girls about how it has been playing with one another.
In sports, there's always bonds between teammates, but there's nothing that can break this bond between sisters on the Flagstaff volleyball team.
My mom played in high school, and she convinced me to play first, and I didn't want to, but she made me. So I played non-travel my first year.
I started playing when I was 8 as well. I was a gymnast before I started volleyball, and my mom didn't like that, so she's like, Courtney, why don't you try something new?
The Leffel girls are key players in this Flagstaff offense, and they know they are better than each other at their own positions.
We play different positions, and of course, like, I'm better at my position, and she's better at hers. I like to think it's not that way, but it is.
For Coach Beth Haglund, this isn't the first time she's coached these girls, and she even coached another family member of theirs.
I actually started coaching them when they were 8 years old. Not to say my age, but I actually coached their mother. So I've known both of them a long time.
Courtney may only be a junior, but she already has a couple scholarship offers, including right here in Flagstaff.
She has an offer for University of Louisiana Monroe, a full ride there, and then a full ride offer from Northern Arizona University. So we hope she stays in Flagstaff.
The girls realize the importance of this final season, that they will get to play together.
It's going to be different not playing volleyball, and especially my last season ever, and never being on a team with her, it's going to be hard for her. She's never not been on a team with me either.
I think it'll be good. I mean, I'm definitely going to miss her. I hope she stays in town for college. I hope she doesn't leave, and I'll definitely miss playing with her.
With state playoffs right around the corner, this is the last chance for these two sisters to come away with the state championship. For NAZ Today with Kaylee Emery, I'm Alex Lucero.
The Leffel girls and the rest of the Lady Eagles have started their match against Coconino, as the Panthers are hosting Flagstaff. This heated city rivalry started at 6 o'clock. As the Coconino girls started their rival match tonight, they hope to redeem themselves with a 3-2 loss against Payson last night. Marissa Hoffman led the team with 20 kills, as Tyra Lidu led with 17 digs. And with a 5-game winning streak right now, the NPA Spartans volleyball team is hosting Northwest Christian. The Crusaders are only on a 2-game winning streak and have won all 5 of their away games. This game has started at 6 o'clock also, so we will give you scores from both of these games tomorrow. And the NPA boys soccer team hosted Arizona College Prep last night and really took a win, 9-0. NPA's Danny White and Mario Cruz would both score twice for the Spartans, while John Taylor and Tate Montgomery would have 2 assists for the game. This past weekend at Jay Lively Ice Rink, IceJack fans really had something to be happy about for their Division II hockey team. The IceJacks hosted Cal State Fullerton on Friday and Saturday and got what they hoped for, maybe even a little bit more. On Friday, the IceJacks took a big win, 12-1, as 4 goals were scored by forward Ben Russell, and then Connor Sperry would score a hat trick in the 3rd period. Goaltender S.J. Groppensberger recorded his first D2 career win with 24 saves, allowing 1 goal. And then on Saturday, when Fullerton thought they could make a comeback, they wouldn't. Connor Sperry would score 2 goals, while defenseman James Takis and forwards Dylan Blankenship and Sean McGowan would score their first 2 goals this season. Goaltender Anthony Caruso recorded his first D2 career win as well, with 27 saves, allowing 1 goal. The IceJacks would take another win on Saturday, 9-1, and both D2 and D3 teams will play this weekend, so be sure to be at Jay Lively and support your IceJacks. Last night, the Los Angeles Dodgers hosted the St. Louis Cardinals in Game 3 of the NLDS. Taking you into the bottom of the 4th, Adrian Gonzalez cracks this one to right field, sending Marl Ellis home, as Gonzalez will get to 2nd. Still bottom 4th, Yasel Puig up hitting this one far down right field, bouncing off the wall as he will score a triple, sending in Gonzalez while Puig will stay on 3rd. Then in the top of the fifth, Carl Crawford will hit this one to left field for an easy catch as the Dodgers will make this a double play, taking out Devin Delgado at second. Bottom eighth when Hanley Ramirez will break his bat, smacking it to right field when Colton Wong just can't get it in time, sending Mike Manthony home as the umpire will call it safe. Quick replay here. Look at his left foot as it would hit the back of the plate before the ball would tag him out. After further review, they would call it safe, giving the Dodgers a shutout win 3-0.
That's pretty exciting. You got a lot of energy going with that sports.
Oh, definitely. It's always fun to talk about sports, you know?
I know. I just love the part about Beth Hagling admitted she coaches the girl's mother. I think that's pretty good. We've got more coming up from you. Stay with us.
At Northern Arizona University,
green is a school color and who we are.
Being green creates jobs.
Money put back in the economy.
Being green is recycling resources.
The same fries that power our students
power Northern Arizona.
Being green shapes our future.
Through research and education,
we will make a difference.
At Northern Arizona University,
sustainability is a principle we believe in.
Northern Arizona University, the difference that matters.
You sure you don't want some? It's chamomile. Listen, you are extremely terrifying. Just the scariest undead subhuman thing on TV, and I really mean that. But I am worried that you could give my kids nightmares if they see you, so I'm gonna have to block you. So that's it. Oh, and tell the zombies they're blocked too.
All right, welcome back. Not a lot to say here. Just temperatures remaining right around where they were today. Overnight lows seasonably cool. It's all sunshine.
And a Japanese bride and groom have held a wedding ceremony on a Tokyo train that they met on. The couple exchanged vows in a car on the Yamano Loop line. They rented an 11-car train and married in the 6th car. Pretty cute. They say they often used to meet in the carriage when they went on dates after work.
And check out this giant gourd. California farmer Gary Miller grew a record-breaking 1,985-pound pumpkin. Can you imagine? I mean, watching this grow in your backyard. I'm just trying to imagine watching that happen. It won the annual Safeway World Championship Pumpkin Weigh-Off that happened in Half Moon Bay in California on Monday. Now, the man won a prize of almost $1,200, and if you're working on your calculator there, that equals to $6 per pound. Well, we want to thank you for joining us here tonight. Be sure to check out our website, naztoday.com. Have a great evening, and all of us, well, some of us will see you here tomorrow.